terms of what we have on our stand, we're trying to bring a good representation of our portfolio that will be applicable for Pro AV system integrators, users, and of course facilitators. So within that mix, we've got everything from our player recorder family, KeyPro Ultra, providing 4K and obviously below. We have our routers, which are always popular for massive installations. We have a range of our converters. We've also seen a lot of interest in our scan converters, which have been very popular for everything from medical applications to standard sort of video needs where you need to effectively crop and scale. Obviously IP in terms of true IP with broadcast IP support, which is represented in our Kona IP line, and a new converter that started shipping this week we were able to announce at the show, the IPR1G HDMI. And streaming, which is another form of IP to a degree, but better described as over the top or effectively a streaming device to provide to your CDN or content development network. And then our RovoCam. So RovoCam is part of an HDBaseT ecosystem, which again uses Ethernet cable, but it's not IP in the sense that it's a point-to-point protocol. Around the show, I've seen a lot of what's described as AV over IP, generally used within a fairly closed network to drive displays, etc. In terms of the way we see IP, we review it with those two different lenses, one being literally streaming, where latency is not the most driving force, just simply getting it over the internet to wherever it needs to be seen. And that's represented with our HELO standalone encoder, H.264 encoder and recorder. And then alongside that, true broadcast IP, where the goal is to have eventually the same experience as you would have with standard broadcast. And within those chains, it's the Kona IP in terms of a desktop card, which supports 2022-6, in other words, uncompressed video and audio. And then the mini converter, which receives JPEG 2000 streams. So in terms of pure streaming, as represented with the HELO, the goal is to get as decent a quality as you can, but to deal with real-world limitations. So the HELO is able to do both recordings and streaming output at the same time. So it has a SDI and HDMI input and output, so you can capture from the most popular professional and consumer devices. And you can set separate compression settings for the two. So you're able to record a really nice image up to 20 megabits per second to your USB stick or drive or network file share. But you can deal with the reality that the venue you're in, which affects streaming the most, may be somewhat limited on its bandwidth. And so therefore you can set the streaming output at a more highly compressed state, for instance. The bottom line is, yes, you have to be agile, and we are nimble enough as a family-owned company to be able to make our own decisions. Also, it takes partnership, and I think AJA partners with other companies probably better than most.